He had big dreams, but every day he felt crushed by exhaustion. His potential was slipping away while life passed him by, unnoticed. What if ambition alone was destroying the very life he wanted? Every morning, Aman woke up before sunrise in the small apartment he shared with his parents and younger sister, rubbing the sleep from his eyes while the faint smell of tea and breakfast filled the kitchen. His mother hummed softly as she packed lunchboxes, and his father sat at the table, quietly reviewing bills and overdue notices, worry etched into the lines of his face. Aman carried the weight of ambition on his shoulders, imagining a life beyond the cramped rooms, the peeling paint, and the narrow alleyways where he had grown up. Yet no matter how early he rose, he felt perpetually tired, drained by endless chores, family obligations, and the silent pressure to be the one to lift everyone out of struggle. His sister's shy smile in the morning, his mother's tired eyes, and his father's quiet sighs all reminded him that his dreams were not only his, they were intertwined with theirs. Every small task, from helping his sister with homework to running errands for neighbors who relied on him, chipped away at his energy, leaving him exhausted before he could even begin pursuing the life he imagined. The apartment, though filled with warmth, seemed to amplify his fatigue, the walls echoing with a gentle reminder of responsibility and expectation. Aman wanted to chase success, but every day started and ended with the simple, unglamorous work of keeping his family afloat, and the exhaustion clung to him like a second skin. One evening, after a long day of work at a local office that barely paid enough for rent and groceries, Aman sat at the kitchen table with his parents, listening as his father quietly expressed his disappointment about missed opportunities and how life would not wait for hesitation. His mother, exhausted from her own work and household duties, spoke softly about the sacrifices she had made to give him a chance at something greater, her voice trembling as she tried to hold back tears. Aman felt the weight of their expectations press against his chest, and he remembered his friend Samir boasting about promotions, trips, and investments, making Aman feel small and unaccomplished. Guilt gnawed at him as he realized that while he had grand ambitions, he had neglected the very people who had given him the foundation to dream at all. Every decision to scroll through social media, postpone a task, or indulge in comfort had widened the gap between him and the life he imagined for himself and his family. That night, lying awake in his modest room, Aman felt a bitter mix of fatigue, shame, and helplessness, hearing the faint sound of his sister turning the pages of a school book and his mother washing dishes in silence. The external pressures from society, from friends, and from his own inner voice collided with his family's quiet hope, and Aman realized that his constant tiredness was not just physical, it was the emotional cost of neglecting responsibility and the unspoken sacrifices that his family had made for him. The following weeks were different, though change came slowly. Aman began setting small, deliberate routines, waking early not just for work, but for personal growth, dedicating time to help his sister with school, while also focusing on practical steps toward his goals. He learned to balance ambition with responsibility, understanding that energy spent nurturing relationships at home was not wasted, but was fueling the very life he wanted to build. His father noticed his effort and, without words, gave him space and trust, while his mother's tired smile slowly transformed into one of quiet pride.
Aman realized that ambition alone could never carry him forward. It required discipline, consistent action, and honoring the family that had supported him silently. One evening, as the family gathered for a simple meal, he looked at the faces around the table, the small gestures of care, the shared laughter over trivial things, the unspoken support in quiet moments, and felt a deep sense of gratitude and purpose. Exhaustion still came, but it no longer felt paralyzing. It became a reminder of the life he was building, step by step, hand in hand with the people who mattered most. Aman understood finally that ambition is meaningful only when it uplifts those you love, and that real success is not measured by wealth or recognition, but the bonds strengthened, sacrifices honored, and love returned to the family who stood beside you through every tired, quiet morning.